The understarters orders, and they're off.
6 furlongs the trip for the Livyboard Maiden Stakes, and she died smartly away. Deerhound, the big odds on chance, completely missed the break, dwelt badly, and has got to make up a lot of ground to get into contention, but been bustled along and is now much nearer. But that one was badly away indeed. Lochsong was smartly away together with Shedad. Shedad leads from Lochsong, and now Deerhound much handier in third. They've been switched towards the far side. Strimmer is in 5th place just behind the leaders, racing with Hotfoot Hannah. And as they continue, In Excess is the one out of touch. But as they continue on their way, and now Deerhound being bustled along, made to do some work. And he's having to work to keep pace with Lochsong at this stage. Lochsong still being pressed by Deerhound under strong pressure now. And then Goldvein just behind him under pressure. Strimmer making good ground towards the leaders, followed by Hotfoot Hannah. In Excess badly out of touch. Shedad, who broke well, is seems beaten at this stage. But it's Lochsong that leads. Deerhound seems beaten too. Lochsong by a length or two from Strimmer under strong pressure in second. And then Goldvein followed by the disappointed Deerhound. After that, Hotfoot Hannah. Lochsong always been well there and seems to be holding Strimmer as they come well inside the final 100 yards. Lochsong it is, and at the line it's Lochsong from Strimmer. It'll be close for third between Goldvein and Deerhound.
Number 5, Lochsong, was sent off the 6-1 favourite.
They're under starters' orders, they're off.
7 furlongs is the trip in this Pacemaker Racing School handicap. They range right across the course, and one of the early leaders is Lochsong. Lochsong very prominent in the early part of the race, showing very good speed as well. Is a little Precious and Zinback towards the near side. Sporting Simon right up there too, as is Little Rusio. After these, the blinkered runner Hero's Sash. They're coming through to complete the 2nd furlong now. And the 2 runners over on the far side racing alone, they are Dawn's Delight and Sergeant Merrill. But these, in fact, attacking across towards the main group, are still headed by Lochsong and Zinback, just behind them Little Roussillon. Then Imagining and Sporting Simon, and they're now at halfway in the Pacemaker Racing School handicap with Zinback in front. Zinback and one of the girls, Claire Balding, leading from Lochrow, a very close second. Then Little Roussillon, Hero's Sash. After then, and trying to pick up the leaders, Al Dahi. Also making ground now is Daily Brioche as they race inside the final 2.5. And Madonetta makes headway on the extreme outside. She's being followed through by Imagining. On the near side, also coming very strong, is Revoke as they enter the final furlong and a half. And it is Lochsong who's regained the lead. Lochsong and Frank Arrowsmith from in 2nd place now, Revoke, and then Madonetta with Darakar flying towards the finish, and so also is a Little Precious with the series' leader Neil Kennedy. But up towards the line, it's Lochsong and Revoke and Darakar and Little Precious. A multiple photo between these 4.
Well, Rufo, the last in and they're away. And breaking fast over on the far side, Master Planner is up there. Apple Dawn's up there on the far side with Clifton Charlie on the near side. Poets Cove broke quite well with Orfad right up with the lead too, and Orfad on the stand side just about the leader. Orfad over on the far side, running very fast now is Double Blue. Consigliere is not far off the lead, nor's Tofan Blue. They're coming down now past the 3 marker. It's Orfad on the near side with Lochsong upsides him. And let's be honest about it, over on the far side, KV's among the leaders with also Heather Bank and also Double Blue on the far side and Viceroy up there as well. But on the near side, it's Lochsong the leader. Lochsong now from Orfad is the clear leader on the near side. Over on the far side, it's Heather Bank and Consigliere finishing well. But Lochsong on the near side looks to have a commanding advantage as they race into the closing stages. Lochsong from Duplicity who moves into 2nd, and at the line, Lochsong is just won it from Duplicity. It's a photo. Consigliere and Heather Bank and Hard to Figure are just behind them. Duplicity and Lochsong are the 2. Duplicity in the centre of the course. Lochsong on the near side.
5.5 furlongs to race then for the Tote Portland handicap, and they're going to split into 2 groups. Gypsy Fiddler shows speed on the far side, while the near side group is taken along in the centre. Has the lead is Nifty 50 as a race towards the end of the 1st furlong, and on the far side Gypsy Fiddler leads from Nifty 50 down the stand side. Heather Bank is also running fast on the stand side group as they go past the 4 furlong marker, and Heather Bank and Lochsong lead them on the stand side from Nifty 50, and they're followed by Gone Savage and Love Returned, whilst on the far side Gypsy Fiddler shows the way to walk in the park as they pass the 3 furlong marker. On the stand side rail, Lochsong has a narrow lead from Heather Bank, who's in the white visor, this one off the rail. Behind these Fanjos well there on the far side of the stand side side group, whilst on the far side now Walking the Park's gone to the front from on the far side Orthorhombus. They're inside the 2 furlong marker. Lochsong stand side from Heather Bank, and then comes Fangio. Paddy Chalk asked for an effort on the stand side. Walking the Park's clear of those on the far side. They're inside the furlong, and Lochsong on the stand side. Walking the Park on the far side. Then behind these Venture Capitalist stays on one on the near side, but the leaders on the stand side with Lochsong is going to hold on from Venture Capitalist in second place. Then comes Cantoris in third, and Lochsong all out to hold on, but Lochsong's got there for Venture Capitalist in second place. Heard these is Cantoris in third, and behind these Walking the Park is finished his fourth on the far side.
Away from the stalls and settling down. Very prominent in the early stages is Double Blue leading up. Heather Bank under the stand side rails has got a good break, and Lochsong racing fast with Mental as Anything in Cantoris. Down the centre, just in behind Double Blue. Following this one is Stack Rock, who's right up with them, being followed through by Sea Devil. Just in behind us, Sea Devil is Silka Caesar as they race towards the final half mile. Double Blue and Stack Rock down the centre from Arctic Appeal. In behind these Never So Sure under the stand side rails. Lochsong is prominent up there as they come to halfway, and Lochsong is the leader under the stand side rails. She's up there and right in front now from Stack Rock. Behind Stack Rock, Arctic Appeal, then Filed Flower, then Double Blue. Under the stand side, Heather Bank and Cantoris are chasing Lochsong, but with 2 furlongs to go, the filly is clear. She is about 3 lengths clear. She races inside the final furlong and a half from Filed Flower and Arctic Appeal. Then comes Stack Rock and Double Blue in behind those Never So Sure. Diminuet on the far side coming with a good run. Inside the final furlong, the filly's getting tired now, Lochsong, but she's clear. Diminuet down the centre's chasing her. In behind those, Ecological coming with a flying run, but this is going to be history for Lochsong as she races towards the line. She's getting very tired, and Ecological's closing down on her all the time, but Lochsong has made history. She's won the treble of sprint handicaps. Behind her in second place was Ecological, and it looks like Heather Bank has gone through to snatch third place on the line.
Here's Prick now as she comes up past the 3 by 2 lengths to Lucky Parks, who's working to get to her now. 2 lengths then to Aradanza. Mid-Eye just behind them. Bold Les is flat to the boards. Branston Abbey back in the field with Bunty Boo. 2 furlongs left to go. Lochsong 3 in front, and a good 3 it is too. Working hard as Lucky Parks from Mid-Eye. Bunty Boo is now starting to run on, but Lochsong has stolen a break a furlong out. She's a good 3 lengths clear. Running on is Bunty Boo, followed then by Lucky Parks, who can't do any better from Mid-Eye, but she's absolutely spread-eagled them today, Lochsong. She's far too good. She's about 4 or 5 lengths clear and powering up the hill to win well. Bunty Boo second, Lucky Parks third, then Mid-Eye, Bold Les. Further back is Branston Abbey, who's one of the last to finish.
2 Paris House, John Carroll. 3 Freddie Lloyd, John Reed. 4 Artistic Reef, Richard Quinn. 5 Blyton Lad, Stuart Webster. 6 El Yassaf, Pat Eddery. 7 Bunty Boo, Alan Munro. 8 Gara, Ray Cochran. 9 Lochsong, Frankie Dettori. 10 Marina Park, Dean McEwen. And 11 Sovereign Grace for Ireland, and incidentally 6 Irish trained horses have won since the war. And Sovereign Grace ridden by John Murter, and here's how they bet.
And Lochsong a good favourite, 13-8, and next in the betting and closest to Lochsong, Keen Hunter 7-2, Paris House 5-1. Marina Park is on 7s, Gara 8-1, Blyton Lad 14-1, 3 of them on 25-1, Freddie Lloyd, El Yassaf and Bunty Boo, Sovereign Grace 33-1, and Artistic Reef 50-1.
5 furlongs, winners of 48 races between them, and they're running. And blazing the trail, Paris House, one of those up there in the early stages. That's Blyton Lad towards the left of the picture. Garrel was a little bit slow out of the stalls. And Lochsong is the leader from Paris House. Lochsong and Paris House, these two, Lochsong and Paris House. Blyton Lad on the right of the picture. Lochsong, see that sheepskin noseband. Lochsong and Paris House, the grey towards the right of the picture. Lochsong from Paris House. Artistic Reef just in behind him, and then last year's winner Freddie Lloyd also. But it's Lochsong, the leader from Paris House. They're inside the final 2 furlongs. Gara, who was slowly away, absolutely tailed off. They're racing down towards the furlong marker. Lochsong and Paris House, these two now being chased by Keen Hunter, but it's Paris House on the near side, Lochsong on the far side. Lochsong and Paris House are locked together. Paris House on the near side, Lochsong on the far side. It's going to be a photo. Lochsong and Paris House in a photo. Lochsong has won it from Paris House with Keen Hunter third and Marina Park 4, but it's a photo, of course, a photo. And so Jeff Smith with another heart-stopping photograph. He had the last one go in his favour with Philidor. and it looks as though he's done it again with Lochsong, the favourite in the King George, having just held Paris House in the closing stages. Number 9 from number 2 Paris House with Keen Hunter, a fast finishing and close third.
That's number 9 Lochsong, 13-8 favourite. Second, number 2 Paris House, 9-2. And third, number 1 Keen Hunter, 4-5.
Under orders a breakout, and Seagazer very smartly away. So too Bob and Flashy, Paris House and Lochsong. They're the first 4 to show. Length back to Blight Black, Keen Hunter, Milliant, and they've taken Freddie Lloyd. College Chapel is just simply outpaced. Lyric Fantasy is on the extreme left. LBO's tucked in behind horses, and they've gone through the first furlong and a half, and it's the red cap of Bold and Flashy leading, striding on by neck to Seagazer, the horse with the big white face. Noseband on the right is Lochsong. Behind these, Milliant, Freddie Lloyd. Paris House, the grey, is there. College Chapel is just taken off his legs. They've only got 2 to go, and it's Lochsong in the lead from Paris House on the right. Bold and Flashy has done his running. Keen Hunter behind these, and Leicester on College Chapel on the extreme left is out of shot as they come inside the final furlong. And Lochsong and Paris House in between these 2. College Chapel's coming late and fast, but it's Lochsong who's going to hold on. Lochsong makes all. Paris House, College Chapel, that's the 1, 2, 3, LBO 4, Blight Black 5, Keen Hunter 6, and then behind these came Freddie Lloyd and Bold and Flashy and Seagazer and Milliant, and in the end Lyric Fantasy finished last of all. And so the outcome then of this Group 1 Keeneland Nunthorpe, the 10-1 winner, is number 8 on your card, the much improved mare Lochsong, in the colours of Mr. Jeff Smith. This one trained by Ian Boulding and ridden by Frankie Dettori, his 96th winner of the season, and against the top pace in the world has probably led them all. Second horse home, well, from halfway. Second horse home is number 6 Paris House, ridden by John Carroll. These 2 horses have had the most tremendous tussles throughout their long and busy careers, and it's Lochsong who's proved the better yet again on this occasion, just beating the grey Paris House, who has run his remarkably game and consistent race as ever, and just being deprived of the Group 1 prize that really he so richly deserves. But had he won, he would have had to have deprived Lochsong of her glory as well. Third horse home was number 7 College Chapel, who was just simply outpaced, couldn't go with it, and yes, I told you so.
Race away, and a little bit slow to go was Zorani Sidiana, but Lochsong, as ever, very nimble-footed, and that leads. The horse with the noseband leading them on the left as they race through the first furlong. Stack Rock in black is showing prominently too. On the outside of the pack, Wolfhound goes forward. Zeiton in behind that one. Also King Signet not that far away. Crack Regiment is outpaced, and it's Lochsong that's clear by about 3 lengths as they go to the first quarter mile. Chasing them through Stack Rock, and on the inside of Stack Rock, Mont Bleu in the blue colours. These are followed by Zorani Sidiana. Tropical running the rail for Ireland in those blue and white hoops, but they're past the halfway, and Lochsong clear by 4 to Mont Bleu holding second place. Stack Rock still third. Zorani Sidiana 4, Tropical 5. Then Wolfhound starts to move forward, and that goes past Zeiton. Zeiton in front of Dream Talk, but it's all Lochsong, and Lochsong only has about 100 yards to go, and she's clear by about 6 lengths. A very impressive pillar to post win up towards the line, and Lochsong takes it at the line. Lochsong is the winner. Very tight for second. Stack Rock might just have got second ahead of Mont Bleu and Zeiton.
Orders and away here, 3:42, straight to Jim McGrath.
Began well, Milliant in the centre going fast and up and at him there as well. Lavinia Fontana not that far away, and further back in the field Al Yassaf is beaten for early speed from Stack Rock, then Middish, and further back.
SP's the first 2 red cars, 17-2 and 5-1 joint favourite. 17-2 and 5-1 joint favourite.
Back then Bunty Boo on the stands rail, followed then by Up and At 'em, Milliant, Lavinia Fontana flat to the boards. Middish is making ground, and further back Up and At 'em starting to lose ground, but Lochsong, she's led them a merry dance as they come to the 2. She sped them right off. She's 2 in front now. In second placing is Lucky Parks. Further back in the field then Middish is struggling on, but Lochsong is about 3 lengths in front. Lavinia Fontana giving chase from Bunty Boo, Middish and Lucky Parks dropping away. It's Lochsong 2 in front with about 50 yards left to go. Lavinia Fontana trying hard, and further back is Middish, but Lochsong has done it again. Wins the Temple in good style. 2 lengths Lavinia Fontana. Third is Middish. Fourth then Bunty Boo. Further back in the field field then was Zelia Saf, who ran on a good gap to Lucky Parks, then up and at him.
Lochsong the leader from Palace Gate Jack and Westman. Lochsong leading him by 2, 3, 4 lengths, crouching low as usual and letting her do the work, just sitting there poised aboard this great mare, Frankie Dettori, as he runs down towards the halfway mark in the Kingston Stakes. Lochsong clear of Palace Gate Jack and Westman, with making just a little bit of ground. Bunty Boo towards the right, towards the near side. They're racing up towards the furlong marker, and Lochsong clear of the remainder. He simply hasn't moved a muscle on this mare. Brighton Lad has gone into second place ahead of Westman, but it's Lochsong all the way as they race up towards the line. The crowd giving her a tremendous cheer. It's a beautiful, sweet performance, this. Lochsong romps home the easy winner. Brighton Lad is second and Westman is third. That's the 1, 2, 3 in the 1994 Kingston Stakes. The result: first, number 4, Lochsong, owned by Mr. Jeff Smith, trained by Ian Balding and ridden by Frankie Dettori.
Look to be flat out, you know. I think she can still pick up if and when something gets to her, you know.
And today you sent her down very early before the others.
Well, she's always done that, actually. She gets very excited going down, and if anything happened to get behind you and chase her, she'd be off with our jockey, I think. So the stewards very kindly give her permission to go a bit early.
The only predictable disappointment was the time of 60.73 seconds. The record's 59.1, but it was still a stunning performance.
It's great, unbelievable. I must say I gotta thank Mr. Balding, because the filly, she was just in unbelievable shape today, and you know, by the way she came down, she was really strong, and that's the way she is when she's in top form, and she was so relaxed down to the start and jumped and went. You know, it's a great feeling, and I mean. She's a superstar, you know.
She bounced out of the stalls and the race was over in about 100 yards.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, when you're on her, you don't realize how fast you're going until you pass the winning post, you look around and you turn in front. She's something, you know.
Lochsong returned at 100 to 30 on, Brighton Lad second at 14 to 1, Westman third at 12 to 1.
1 is Surprise Offer, ridden by Bruce Raven. 2 is Herself, Lochsong, ridden by Frankie Dettori. 3, Milliant, Michael Roberts. 4, El Yassaf, Jason Weaver. 5, Master Planner, Joseph Smith. 6, Mr. Topagigio, Alan Munro. 7, Saber Rattler, Richard Queer. 8, Inherited Magic, Tony Clark. 9, Laurel Delight, John Carroll. 10, Splice, Walter Swinburne. 11, Bid for Blue, ridden by John Reed. 12, Lake Coniston, Pat Edwards. 13, Palace Gate Jack, Gary Carter. 14, Yarmalak, Paul Eddery. And 15, Welsh Mist, ridden by Willie Ra. Here's how they bet.
And Lochsong is even money if you fancy her to win today. Even money Lochsong, then it goes 6 to 1 Lake Coniston, 8 to 1 Mr. Topagigio, 9 Splice, 10 Laurel Delight, 14 Yarmalak, 16 Welsh Mist, 20 to 1 Saber Rattler and Bid for Blue, and 33 to 1 Inherent Magic and Palace Gate Jack, together with 33 to 1 Surprise Offer, Milliant and Master Planner, and 50 to 1 El Yassaf.
And that's it. Under orders, and they're away. And Lochsong right over towards the left. Going a blistering pace in the early stages with Mr. Topagigio and also Palace Gate Jack, but it's Lochsong towards the left of the picture in the lead from Palace Gate Jack and Mr. Topagigio. Running very fast towards the right of the picture is Master Planner and El Yassaf, but over on the far side it's Lochsong from Mr. Topagigio and Palace Jack, and Lake Coniston getting into it too, but still Lochsong over towards the left. Lake Coniston under pressure, Mr. Topagigio up almost upsides Lochsong, but he hasn't moved on Lochsong. Frankie Dettori, Mr. Topagigio chasing him, but now he's asking her to quicken, and it looks very close. Lochsong on the far side, Mr. Topagigio on the near side. The mare on the far side is lengthening, and she's going to win it. And at the line, Lochsong has won it from Mr. Topagigio. Splice got up to be third. Lochsong has made just about every yard of the running. Mr. Topagigio gave her a fine race all the way down the far side. Splice got there in the closing stages to get up to be third, but she's done it again, the mare. She's off the 13 winner mark. This is 14 out of 24 for Lochsong, and the result of the King George Stakes, first number 2, Lochsong, owned by Mr. Jeff Smith, trained by Ian Balding, his third triumph in the King George Stakes, and ridden by Frankie Dettori. Second was number 6, Mr. Topagigio, owned by Mr. Giovanni Alessi, trained by Ben Beasley and ridden by Alan Munro. And third was number 10, Splice, owned by the Cheveley Park stud, trained by James Fanshawe and ridden by Walter Swinburne. Very close for fourth place, and I wouldn't like to name it. Lake Coniston was certainly among them, but it's very, very close for fourth. But there's no doubt about the winner of the 1994 King George Stakes.
Just number 2, Lochsong, 11 to 10 on favourite. Second, number 6, Mr. Topadigo, 10 to 1. And third, number 10, Splice, also.
Lochsong already into the lead. Lavinia Fontana is second. Bunty Boo showing pace in third, also trying to run fast as late parade. Mr. Topagigio in those red and white stripes. The 2-year-old Brutina coming run. Great Deeds is towards the back. Don't forget they have to run the first 100 yards or so straight. This Lochsong leading by a length. To late parade in second. Bunty Boo and Mr. Topagigio getting a good lead. They're past halfway. Great Deeds is stretched, and that's on the extreme right of the picture. Meanwhile, the Queen of Speed, Lochsong, is clear by 2, and the roars are going up from the crowd, but don't rule out Mr. Topagigio and try to come through next to the rails, and is coming with a run on the inside of Late Deeds. They've got just under a furlong to go, and it's Lochsong clear by 3. Here comes Mr. Topagigio in pursuit in second, but it's unavailing, and Lochsong has a burnt them away. Lochsong takes the race again. Mr. Topagigio completes a 1-2, French through for third, but it's Lochsong's race, and at the post, Lochsong clear by 5. Lochsong wins the Abbey. Mr. Topagigio second, with Spain laying through to be third, then Great Deeds and Bunty Boo and Late Parade, Lavinia Fontana, then Tropical Piccolo, and last of all was the 2-year-old Brutina. What more can we say? Absolutely full credit to the French racing authorities for allowing Lochsong to do as she pleased. Wouldn't please some of those at home, mark you, but she's landed the Group 1 Prix de l'Abbey de Longchamp.
The things that worry me about Lochsong are that really her best form's over 5 furlongs. She's never won around a turn, and you know, this track is a little bit deep and heavy, you know, compared to some. So I mean, they're going to have to get the trip, and you know, whereas in England she can, you know, she breaks quickly and has an, you know, 2 or 3 length lead most of her races. You know, that's not going to happen here. She's going to be challenged all the way. You know, you know, I mean, I'm sure she'll run a good race, but I'd be surprised if she could win.
Now she is retired and should be in foal to Bluebird, but so far Lochsong has failed to conceive. No one knows her better than stud groom Richard Martin, who is in charge of 2 stallions, 100 mares, and countless foals and yearlings.
Yeah, she'll be covered this afternoon, and then we'll have a check tomorrow about that. Okay? Fine.
Richard has been here for 24 years and witnessed Lochsong's birth.
Yes, yeah, I was sort of on duty when she was born. I think about 10 o'clock one night she was born. Mare's first foal, obviously. And, being by the then resident stallion Song, we were all quite excited about it because we had taken a bit of getting in foal. You know, the mare didn't get in foal the first year we tried her, and she got foaled the second year. And, anyway, out she popped. I mean, she was quite a nice foal, you know, but it's, you know, how do you rave about a foal? You know, it had 4 legs and they were fairly straight, and she looked okay, you know.
Although Lochsong is not in foal this time, Richard does not seem too concerned about her prospects in the future.
But I think in Lockie's case, I think it was just a case of, you know, perhaps not being ready for the job in hand. And now she's had a lot more time to let down and become more matronly. I mean, I can't really see there being any problem.
Lochsong injured a knee in her final race. Even so, there was some speculation that she might race again this autumn when she failed to conceive.
Yes, I think there may have been. I don't know whether it was serious or not. I think the knee wouldn't have stopped training anyway.
So people at home who have followed her throughout her career would have a fair degree of hope that one day there'll be sons and daughters of Lochsong racing.
Certainly hope so.
When I see my baby, what do I see? Poetry, poetry in motion, poetry in motion, walking by my side, her lovely locomotion keeps my eyes open wide, poetry in motion, see her gentle sway, all wave out on the ocean, could never move that way. I love every movement, there's nothing I would change. She doesn't need improvement, she's much too nice to rearrange. Poetry in motion, dancing close to me, a flower of devotion for all the world to see.
But it's Lochsong down the stand side. Lochsong is going to take it. Oh, she's just simply burnt them away. And it's Lochsong who takes it from ecological finishing fast. Lochsong wins it. A unique treble.
Poetry in motion, see her gentle sway, all wave out on the ocean, could never move that way. I love every movement, there's nothing I would change. She doesn't need improvement, she's much too nice to